future's now, old man.
5G, the future is now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my new podcast, 5G The Future Is Now. I'm your host, Aiden Cisneros, and today I just want to give you a little taste of what you can expect from future episodes of my podcast. So this is a podcast that's going to be dedicated to just thinking about all of the many sectors that 5G is going to affect in the future and seeing some of the cool developments that it's going to bring. So today, what I want to talk about is something that everybody thinks is cool. Robots. Not just any robots, teleoperated robots. Specifically, I want to talk about how these teleoperated robots will be benefited by 5G implementation. Now, what I really want to focus on is telesurgery, or the use of teleoperated robots in surgery. This is something that has a huge potential to save lives in the future, but it's something also that's very dangerous. I read a paper recently by Krunel Pandev in which he states that telesurgery is only safe at latency values at or below 150 milliseconds. Now, what latency is in this context is the time it takes for a doctor to put in a request to the robot and for that robot to operate on that request. Now, this sounds like it might be a huge problem for telesurgery, but this is where the huge benefits of 5G comes in. I also read another paper recently by Mohsen Attaran in which he talks about the latency values expected in 5G networks. He stated that 5G latency values can be expected to be as low as 1 millisecond. That's lower than even normal human reaction time. What this means is that telesurgery will become far more reliable on 5G networks than in previous iterations. This means that robot teleoperation will become a lot more practical, safer, and cost efficient. In fact, I read a study by Yao Java recently that took a look at how operators were able to operate robotic arms through a 5G network. It was a really interesting paper actually because it showed how they operated it and a lot of the issues with operating it. It found that because of 5G network's efficiencies, the main limit to the accuracy of these robots' operation isn't actually the network anymore. It's actually just the operator. These improvements to robotics on 5G are beginning to save lives is what this means. Now, even with all I've discussed about how 5G is supposed to make telesurgery far safer and more reliable than ever before, it's probably still a pretty scary thought for most people listening to this. The thought of having a robot so responsible for your life, and the thought of just one data misinput, one data leak, or anything like that costing you your life is very scary. It's a really understandable worry. That's why I found a study done in China, actually, by Jilu Zhang and many others that use robotic arms to perform surgery very interesting. Now, in this study, they only operated on pigs, but they found in this study lower blood loss, lower operation times, and obviously they were measuring latency. They found very low latencies. What this means is that in spite of the many fears, some founded, some unfounded, that we may have about robotic surgery, it's actually just as safe, if not safer, than standard surgery. All in all, it's really great to see the ways that 5G is genuinely helping people by improving potentially life-saving technologies. It was put well in a paper by Yiming Miao when he said that the ultimate goal of 5G networks is to see, hear, touch, and perceive distant things. Essentially, what we're trying to do is improve our senses to where they're not limited to what's right around us. When this goal is met, we're able to do great things that truly do progress the world and make us feel as though we've entered the future. That's what this podcast is all about, and that's what I want to share with you every 2 weeks when I'm able to talk to you. Till then, I really appreciate the listen, and I hope that you will stay tuned next time when we discuss self-driving cars, mobile navigation, and so much more. Thanks.